Welcome to this episode of Glitchy People Change the World. I feel like we've got some interesting ideas to share with you today. First off, we're going to do module 36, which I call Think Rebelliously. We've mentioned psychologist J.P. Guilford before. He was president of the American Psychological Association back in the day. He developed this theory called the structure of intellect theory. And in that, he identified 180 different mental abilities. One thing that means is that if you feel like you're not smart, it might be that your ability is just different. You might have one of those other 180 abilities. But what we're talking about today is that two of those 180 abilities are divergent thinking and convergent thinking. Convergent thinking is basically the ability to provide correct answers to standard questions, the ability to follow rules, the ability to follow logical steps, converge information to determine the right way. So you've got information from different sources, you bring it together, and you come up with the right answer. This is a very important skill. Society needs strong convergent thinkers. Usually the right way is the best way. In accounting, debits should always go on the left. Don't be creative with debits and credits. Creative accountants go to jail. And when I fly, I prefer that pilots land the plane on the correct runway. Randomly choosing from several runways would be a creative solution, but I want the correct solution. Divergent thinking. This is where you explore possible solutions and generate creative multiple ideas. With this skill, your thinking diverges into multiple solutions. So you've got a need, a problem that needs to be solved, and you generate lots of possible solutions for that. So from that one motivation, many possible solutions can come. Some will fail, and one of them might work. So you got try one, it fails, try one, it fails, try another one, it fails, try another one, oh, that one succeeds. That one works. You might need to change some thinking habits. This is a famous exercise for introducing divergent thinking. First, draw 9 dots. We're going to borrow the pencil from the last module to do that. But we draw 9 dots in a pattern. And then the exercise says you need to draw 4 lines and they need to go through every dot. But you can't take your pen off the paper, and the lines must connect. So you could draw 1, 2, 3, like that. So you have to intersect them all this way with 3 lines. So you go 1, 2, 3. You could try that, but the pen left the paper, so that's a fail. Try again, another option. That's 4 lines, they connect, the pen doesn't leave the paper, but you missed 1 dot, so that's a fail. Try again, 1, 2, 3, 4, but you missed 2 dots this time, again, a fail. Now, if you've seen this before, or if you cheated and used Wikipedia, you arrived at this solution. 1, 2, 3, 4. The pen doesn't leave the paper. All of the lines connect. There's 4 lines, and every dot has a line going through it. Most people think of the 9 dots as a box, and they can't mentally go outside the box. And that's why they don't come up with a solution, because they hear the lines are actually going outside the box. That bothers people's sensibilities, so they don't usually think of this solution. But that's normal. But in other words, for most people, their thinking doesn't diverge from normal. Here's another solution I've seen, by the way. You can draw 1 line that's wide enough to cover all the dots. That way you don't need 4 lines. You can do it with 1. So in summary, these exercises are useful. You can stretch your divergent brain before you start working on a creative project. Divergent thinking can lead to originality. Divergent thinking is an important part of creativity. In fact, some researchers measure creative ability by measuring divergent thinking ability. Let's move on to the next module. 37 is switch problems. Sometimes you might not be able to creatively solve a problem. The time might not be right for solving the problem you face. The gap between the problem and your potential solution might be too wide right now. There's you got your solution, there's the problem, and there's the canyon separating them is just too wide. Maybe perhaps something must be invented first that acts as a bridge. A new institution might need to be born. A new custom might need to be adopted. Perhaps a laboratory in another part of the world right now will soon announce a discovery that will be that bridge between your solution and the problem. But your solution might become the bridge between reality and that new invention, institution, or custom in the future, but the gap still is too wide. So if you're stuck, maybe you should find a new problem to work on. Switch to a problem that allows original solutions. Don't keep hitting a brick wall. Go around. Module 38 is find problems for solutions. Here's an interesting tool. Work backward from the end of the solution to the problem. So these two guys, Corbin and Coney, they had a solution. They had a nonprofit business where they would donate rice to impoverished families. But what that did was that left these discarded bags. They were nice bags. They represented a possible solution to something. So they started this company called Rice Love. They craft purses and backpacks from the discarded bags, and they sell them to people like you and me. The profits from those sales buy more rice to donate. So Corbin and Corey had a solution, the discarded bags. They applied it to a problem, the money to buy rice for poor families, and they have an ongoing successful venture now. Another example is many years ago, people used to heat their homes with coal in the US, and coal smoke stained their wallpaper. There's this product called Q-Tol. A company made this Q-Tol as a product for removing soot stains from wallpaper. And the product was kind of a rubbery clay that cleaned soot stains on the wall. Noah and Joseph McVicker worked at the Q-Tol factory. Problem is that people stopped gradually burning coal in their homes. They switched to petroleum or electric heat. So they stopped buying Q-Tol. Experts could have given advice to the company, said, oh, you need to improve quality, you need to cut manufacturing costs, you need to increase efficiency, you need to advertise more. Instead, the McVickers sought other products that the problem could solve. They talked to people. They had a family member who was a school teacher. She took the product to her nursery school class. She discovered that for tiny hands, the product was easier to use than modeling clay. They formed a new company and called the stuff Play-Doh. They had a solution, a cleaning product, but no problem: soot stains. So they found a new problem. Modeling clay was difficult for tiny hands to use. Do you have a project that could be applied to solve another problem? Do you have an asset that could be put to another use? Find another solution and apply your find another problem and apply your solution. And before we sign off, check out more stuff by this guy, Barry Nailbuff. So meet me back here tomorrow for the next module.